A very good afternoon. I would like to start my presentation for the task of comparative literature and gender. From the short stories that I have read, I will be taking two short stories that have very similar background premises, which is Dowley and the Silent Traders. For Dowley, the story is set in modern day India and is written by Mahas Veta Devi, a tragic tale of a woman who puts her trust in love and is eventually betrayed by it. This tale is about Dowley, who a young man named Miss Viral, a young Brahman, is captivated by her beauty, but she is a young Lusat widow. Because of the difference in caste, a relationship between the two is forbidden. Despite the knowledge, Dowley finds herself surrendering to her own desires. When she finds out that she is pregnant, she is extremely worried, but Miss Viral reassures her. She trusts him, but alas, ultimately she is betrayed by that love, as he leaves her and the boy that she gives birth to and goes and marries another woman who is also of a higher caste. And in the Silent Traders, it is also set in modern day Japan. It is written by Yuko Tsushima. The story is of a single mother, day-to-day life with her children and their adventures and the choices they have to make. It tells about the struggles that a single mother also has to face, and the fact that the mother wants her children to meet their father as she believes it is proper. Only after much persuasion does he come, but he does not really want to be there as he has already remarried. These choices and adventures are symbolic of the choice standing behind in traditional Japanese ways or moving with the tides of modernizing. As we can see, we can now come to the discussion of gender issues in both stories. As we can see in both Dowley and the Silent Traders, it is written by both the female authors who write about how their societies favor the males. As you can see, Miss Viral runs from his responsibilities and breaks his promises to Dowley, but is not persecuted for doing so. It is Dowley, in fact, who is seen in the wrong, and despite him being the one to go after her, she is the one who is outcasted by her society. In the Silent Traders, the narrator's husband has left her to marry another woman. He has left the children in her care. But it shows that he is free to do anything that he wants, but the narrator has to bear the burden and take care of her children. Also, we can see that in these both stories, women find it harder to make ends meet. Dowley tries again to get a job, even begs from Miss Viral's brother, but she refuses. In the end, Dowley has to prostitute herself after being unable to get a job, as it is the only way for her to find a living and feed her family. In the Silent Traders, the narrator's mother faces this problem also when she moves to the new town after her husband's death. This is because she staying in the old place, she couldn't find a job there. And both stories also exposing the misogyny of literary practice, in which we can see that how misogynic Miss Viral is, as he not only leaves Dowley to fend for herself without anything, but even expects her to kill herself rather than fend for herself and her children to survive. And also we can see that the foremen are abusive and throw pebbles at the heart after Israel has to left her and no longer wanted to protect her. You can see the father of the narrator's children does not acknowledge the children that she bore to him. He leaves them to the care of the narrator and starts a new family. And we can also see the oppression of the female sex. Dowley is outcasted because she is a female widow, and she is persecuted because she has an affair with Miss Rival, despite the fact that Miss Rival is the one who initiated it, and he gets off scot-free, but is reprimanded a bit by his brother after Dowley becomes a prostitute and shames him. In The Silent Traders, the narrator is judged earlier because of the way she looks, and she also tells the readers that she is not really that pretty, but they do not look as and the society, also the school does not look at her or the person inside. And also we can see the unfair practices towards women, as widow Dowley is not allowed to take part as in the Dusat celebrations because of her husband's passing. And in The Silent Traders, we can see that it is harder for a woman to get a job and a man into the narrator's Japanese society. In conclusion, as in both stories, we can see that this is a portrayal of a male which is irresponsible in the duties of bringing up the child. And it's a different conception of how males are portrayed in most usual stories, as both stories give the portrayal of the silent abuse which the women go through in the present times in both countries. The men here in both stories are favored due to the traditional way of thinking, as both societies are very patriarchal in thinking, which favors the father's side. The women here are seen to challenge these values, trying to make changes to these things, as the old ways are now working out for them. As in Dowley, we can see her, instead of committing honorary suicide, she now fends for herself and her children by becoming a prostitute out of necessity. This shocks Israel and his brother, as she defies tradition and is willing to dishonor herself and rather end her life and to raise the child. This brings this real shame, as he is the one now who seems is proven to be in the wrong, as he has left his own child unjustly. The narrator of The Silent Traders also breaks tradition, as he is the one who pesters the father of the two children to take them out and also to meet them and take them out, despite his reluctance. For her to pester him until he agrees is an admirable achievement, especially in Asian culture where men are expected to make the first step, and women are to respect men's decisions. In conclusion, both stories tell a tale of the injustice that happens to the woman and the steps they have taken to try to make a change. Despite not being very successful, they are shown to be the first steps. The first steps for women to make a cultural change for the better. And that is all. I end my presentation.